Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night.
Hey guys, it's your favorite problematic housewife. Please make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Oh god, it feels so weird to film because I feel like I haven't filmed in forever, because even before I left YouTube, I was doing like voiceovers. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marissa, if you're new here, your favorite problematic housewife. Okay, today we're going to be talking about all the bullshit that happened, but not in the way that you guys think, trust me. It's 2022. I first want to say that I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas, holiday, New Year's with your families. My mom has been visiting and it's been so nice when she comes here. She lives in Rhode Island, where I'm from, so it's always nice when she comes down here to visit. I hadn't seen her in like 6 months. So she's actually watching the kids while I film this. Some of them are napping. Dean is at work. I'm like, this is the perfect time to get it together and film. Because I've been doing voiceovers, because it is so hard to be ready to actually like sit and film sometimes. Voiceovers are so much easier. But I do miss doing like sit down videos. So let's just get into it. I'm gonna film as many videos as I can today. I miss you guys so much. I miss uploading content. Just, you know, bear with me. I really just wanted a week off, like just to not worry about uploading, not worry about the bullshit, you know what I mean? Like just take a break. I try to stay off YouTube as much as possible, but I love YouTube, so you know, I didn't completely stay off YouTube. So I'm not here to like more drama, stir the pot, like cause rifts or fights with anybody. There's just a lot of stuff that happened before I left, and I feel like I never got a chance, because the timing of when like things went on, I was, you know, my mom had been planning to come here the week of Christmas, after Christmas Day, for like months. So it's not that I was like avoiding talking about things. I just wanted a break. I'm like, I'm not gonna worry about it. My mom's leaving soon, and I figured like we've gone to the zoo, we've done things with the kids, me and Dean got to go on dates. Like it's just been an amazing time. It's been a nice break to have my mom help me with the kids. So, yeah, let's get into it. I'm not gonna like rehash everything, because obviously I did that in my Callista Cat video, but I'm gonna talk about a few things, and then I'm also gonna be filming another video after this talking about, you know, like my past on the internet, like mistakes I've made, why I don't think the way I do anymore, just things like that, because I'm an open book. I'm never trying to hide anything from you guys. Like I have never been one to like plot behind the scenes or like do all this crazy stuff. I've made a lot of mistakes, and most of them are out in the open, okay? And I've been very open about my past bad behaviors on the internet, but we're gonna like really get into that in the next video. So this video is kind of be I'm like so weird filming right now. This is going to be kind of like a mishmash up of like all the stuff that's happened, like I would say over the past 3 weeks maybe. Okay. So, like I said, a disclaimer, this is not to rehash things, to fight with people, and I know people are gonna be like, oh, like leave the drama in 2022. I told you guys I can't talk today. Leave the drama in 2021. Like, we don't need to hear about it again, and I totally get that. But when I feel like I need to say something, I'm gonna say it. So, after the stuff came out about what happened with Callista Cat, I just want to say, like, I'm still extremely confused. Like, apparently she's going to be coming out with a video, like, explaining herself. I hope she does, because I am so confused. Because before all this happened, like, I know some people were saying, like, oh, Callista Cat was just sick of the fighting, and, like, this happened because of the fighting. No, there was no fighting. That's what I don't understand. Because before she made her community post that we were accused of all these fucking things, we were all fine, right? And then apparently she said we were like harassing her subscribers in the DMs and stuff, which never happened. Like, there's still never been any proof. And I'm gonna get into like responding to things when there's no proof to begin with. I might be all over the place in this video. I probably should have took notes, but hey, I'm just winging it here. I don't have a script. I'm just kind of saying it as it comes to my head. So yeah, after that, Steph did her live stream, like kind of saying everything we went through. And you know, I was happy about it because I do want to clear my name, but at the same time, I was like, I felt like everybody had already moved on, right? This is her first live stream. I didn't know it was going to happen. Like, me and Steph and Bambi, we're not, you know, like sitting behind the scenes plotting, like, okay, you do this video now and Steph's going to do this live stream. I had as much heads up as anybody else when she put that she scheduled a live stream. I didn't even know, like, and I was like, oh, is Steph doing a live stream? I asked Melissa, and I didn't know what's going on because the last I had heard from Steph, she didn't want to talk about it ever again. She was done, like, she wanted to move on. I was like, okay. I wanted to get our proof out there really bad, but I was like, fine. So it was like, all this time went by, and then she was talking about it again. And then I felt like, even though we were clearing our names, it was causing all this fighting with Tira, with Callista, with As Seen by a Subscriber, and like all this unnecessary drama, and it has been nothing but stressful since that live stream, right? So then people are just saying like, we are not innocent in this and that. Now, I just want to make something very clear. I never said I was some innocent angel on the internet, okay? I never once said that, but I am innocent of the specific things that she accused us of. Me, okay? I'm gonna speak for myself because another thing that is going on is we get all lumped into together as a trio, like, and I just kind of want to put that away because we all think differently, okay? Me and Bambi think differently. Me and Steph think differently. Bambi is my best friend. I am not friends with Steph. Not friends with her. We just kind of come together to talk about this because we were all in it together. But we're not friends. We don't talk every day. We don't talk on the phone like I do with Bambi and Melissa. We don't talk on the phone. Like, we're not besties over here. We're not planning things. I don't know what she's going to say. She doesn't know what I'm going to say. I don't always know what Bambi's going to say. Bambi doesn't always know what I'm going to say. And we don't always agree on what one person says versus the other person says. Does that make sense? So I never said I was innocent and I never did anything wrong. I know, I acknowledge that a few months ago, I was not the nicest. You know what I mean? I wasn't like doing horrible things and I wasn't reverting back to like my past behaviors, but I can be pretty blunt. I can come off abrasive sometimes, and I totally understand that. I am very defensive of my friends sometimes, and in comments I can come off bitchy, and I totally acknowledge that, and I have tried to change that. Really tried to change the way I talk to people in comments all over the internet. Like, I have tried to change that, and it's not because I'm trying to be somebody that I'm not, or I'm trying to change for YouTube or anything. I just don't want to be nasty or fight with people, and I want to hear other opinions and other perspectives, you know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, when someone comes at me sideways, if I don't respond that way, they end up being nice and we end up having a conversation. And I have learned that, like, big time. Now, if I respond nasty to them back, we don't get anywhere, you know what I mean? So that's why I have learned to, like, slow down. Even if somebody's coming at you, like, you can have a conversation. You don't have to, like, be like, fuck you, bitch, cunt, like, immediately. You know what I mean? So I definitely have tried to change that. So I never said I wasn't innocent, but I don't mom shame. I've never, you know, got on my channel or in comments and made fun of people's looks or their weight. I don't do that. Calling names, like saying you're a bitch. If I think you're a bitch, I don't see anything wrong with calling you a bitch. To me, the real nasty stuff is, you know, talking about people's kids, talking about their looks, their weight, things like that. Just like that, that's what's really nasty to me. And I don't do that, and I am not doing that. I wasn't doing that a few months ago, okay? So anyways, I really hope Callista does explain where she was coming from, because being accused of harassment of subscribers and blackmail and all this stuff that never happened and there's no proof for. There was a fake email going around, which actually some people said that it was never addressed. Bambi did address it in her video. She addressed the email that Callista Cat was sending to people of the blackmail, and then she showed the actual email that she did send her. So the point was, why would Bambi be sending Callista Cat an email saying, hey, why am I being accused of blackmail, when she just blackmailed her with the same email address? You know what I mean? That doesn't even make sense. So I really would like to get some clarification on that. Honestly, no matter what is said in the video, I'm ready to move on. I don't need to respond to it. I don't have to, and that's one thing that I am learning and that I want to bring with me, you know, to 2021 is, especially if there's no proof, right? Especially if there's no proof, you don't need to respond to everything. You don't have to respond to anything. In fact, it's a lot better if you just stay on your channel and take the high road and just make your videos and ignore people who are trying to bring you down. That is the best way. And I am definitely learning that the hard way. I have a tendency to want to respond to everybody. If someone makes a video about me, I'm defending myself in the comments, and I'm defending myself on this channel, I'm defending myself on my own channel, I'm responding to every single thing that somebody says about me. And it's just, it doesn't get anybody anywhere, and then I end up getting pissed off, I end up lashing out at people, and then people look at me like I'm a bully, and I'm crazy, and I'm being nasty, you know what I mean? So if I had not responded in the first place, or even watched the video, I could have prevented everything that happened afterwards. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to learn, to just ignore, okay? One thing that I will say about Radiant Brit, she is great at publicly ignoring people talking about her. Now, you can accept criticism, because there's like a fine line there, right? Where you're just ignoring everybody and you're not really taking in what people say. Like, I want to take in criticism from people, even if they're being nasty to me, even if they don't like me, because sometimes the criticism that you need to hear is coming from somebody you don't like, because the people who love you and support you on your channel may not be telling you what you need to hear. And I feel like creators can all take that into consideration. Sometimes the criticism you need to listen to the most is from people who don't like you, because they're on the outside, they're looking in, and, you know, sometimes they have valid points. Now, of course, other times they're just spewing hate. And I think there's a big difference there between harsh criticism and just hating on somebody. You know what I mean? And it's really hard to tell the difference sometimes. I totally get that. It's so hard to tell the difference. It's like, do you just hate me? Are you just nitpicking me? Like, are you just trying to, you know, expose me, or like read everything I say and screenshot everything I say? Or are you genuinely upset about something I'm doing? Like, and maybe I can work on that. You know, so there really is a fine line there, and it's sometimes really hard to tell. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to tell. Like, no, not everybody's a hater, not everybody's a stan. So yeah, I do one thing, like, I do take people's criticism. I really do. Like, I care about my channel, I care about YouTube, and if someone is really upset about something that I'm doing, like, I don't want to upset people. I don't want to disappoint people. You know what I mean? And I used to not give a fuck. I used to not care one bit what people said, what my behavior was, how I acted, how I appeared to people. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm me. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? And that's not always the best way to be, especially if you want to be a creator and be in a community of people. It's not that you have to worry about what every single person thinks, but to a certain extent, you do want to have good relationships with people. You want to be seen as credible. You want to be seen as like a respected channel. You know what I mean? And if you're just lashing out at everybody and responding to everything everybody says, and your whole channel is being taken up with responses to people, people are going to get sick of it. They are. They want to see you. They want to see your actual content and your talent on your channel. And they don't want to see you lashing out at everybody who criticizes you. And I feel like a lot of people tend to do that. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I am far from fucking perfect. I am probably the most problematic, flawed fucking person in this community based on my past and my behavior and my tendency to just fucking tell people to fuck off. You know what I mean? but I'm trying to change. Like, that's the thing. Like, you can't ask for anything more from somebody but to take the criticism and try to change. And that's kind of where you can start telling who hates you and does not want to see you do well, and who actually, you know, is just genuinely upset with something you did, but they want to see you succeed. You know what I mean? There's some people who are actual haters. They hate you. They want you off the platform. They just fucking don't like you. They think you're a piece of shit. They will expose you. They will dig into your personal life. They will work with trolls. They will, you know, just go above and beyond to try to take you down. That is not criticism. That's not even a harsh criticism. That is just blatant hate and nasty, vile behavior. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to do that to people. So that gets me in my next thing. Deplatforming, okay? You guys know on my channel. Now, I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus, but I have to say my opinion and speak on how I feel. The hashtag deplatform Tira situation. I don't agree with that, okay? And Steph has her opinions. I'm not throwing Steph under the bus. I'm not saying she's a horrible person, but it's not fair that because Steph started this whole deplatform Tira thing and she's going live, I'm going to do everything I can to get her off the platform because of what she's doing. I don't stand for that. I don't. You guys know I'm against cancel culture. You know I'm against deplatforming, and I don't appreciate being lumped into something like that because I never once said nobody can support Tira or Calista Cat. I never once said I want Tira off the platform. And because Steph said it, you know what I mean? Now Tira is saying the trio and tagging me in things about deplatforming her, which I don't appreciate. I never once tried to get rid of her. In fact, I've tried to be cordial with her. I've tried to make amends with her multiple times, and she wants nothing to do with me, and that's her choice. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say, oh, well, you have to make up with me, and you have to do this, and you have to do that. No, if she wants nothing to do with me, and if it's not good for her mental health or whatever to be, you know, talking to me because of who my best friend is, Bambi maybe, or because of everything that's happened, maybe too much has happened where she just can't, you know, work it out. And I totally understand that. I am not saying that I agree with everything Tira does and says. I've been upset with her a lot of times, but I don't think that she should be deplatformed, and I never said that. So I know Steph doesn't appreciate it when I say something and she gets lumped into it. You know what I mean? I don't appreciate that either. So I just would ask you guys that you look at us as individuals. Just because Steph says something doesn't mean I think that and I agree with that. Doesn't mean Bambi thinks that, and vice versa. If I say something, that doesn't mean that Steph is on board unless she says she's on board. You know what I mean? And it's not, you know, I feel like I can't speak on everything that happens in the community. It's just not possible. But for this, because I'm so against deplatforming it, I don't even think Real Entertainment News should have lost his channel when he did. Not saying that he is some great guy. I can't stand him. I think he's extremely problematic and nasty and vile. Now, more stuff has happened and I'm like, wow, he wished death on an unborn child and wished a mother would die giving birth. Like, that is really bad. You know what I mean? But I'm still never going to say that he shouldn't have a channel and he should be, you know, just off the internet. It's just not how I roll. Everybody has a right to their platform. Now, if YouTube decides that you're fucking up so much that we're going to take your channel away, then you fucked up. You know what I mean? But I think now, if you need to report a video, if somebody is violating your privacy, if somebody's doxing you, if somebody's, you know, just being really nasty and doing actual harassment, and you need to report the video, I'm not against that. I'm not against that. Sometimes you have to report something because somebody is doxing you, they're, you know, trying to cause you harm, right? That's not the same as I'm going to do everything you can to get you off the platform. If you need to report a video that somebody did, that's fine. Now, I do understand that Steph, we've all been through a lot. I understand that she was at her rope, and I do think that she needed to take a break and just kind of get off YouTube because she was getting really worked up. I've never seen her, you know, that upset where she's calling people rats and gutter rats and sewer rats. And I'm like, wait a minute, was I doing the video or was Steph doing the video? Because that doesn't seem like Steph. I think she was just at the end of her rope, and I can totally understand that. The stuff with Callista Cat and Tira, and it's just so much has happened. I don't want to be friends with Callista Cat, you know what I mean, or Tira, but I don't want to fight with either of them. I really hope Callista Cat can show, you know, what she was talking about, and if I really did do something that genuinely upset her and she shows the proof of it and she was like, this is why I don't like you, I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry, or like maybe explain myself, but that's not what happened. She accused us, me and Steph, of harassing. Like, let's remember the specific wording here. She accused us of harassing like 15 people in DMs. So if she gets on and says, oh, well, she was mean to somebody in comments, that's not really the same thing. So I acknowledge that I was nasty to people in comments. I'm like, you're a bitch, you're a dumbass. That's not cool, right? I acknowledge that, and I have tried to change that. Like, anybody can see I have tried to change my content over the last months. I really have. I don't want to be seen as like this trashy person who just gets on yelling at people. I'm blunt. I will never change me, you know what I mean? But I can calm down a little bit because there's no need for it. There's no need for just to be raging on people all the time. You know what I mean? And I have definitely learned that. I've definitely learned that I can be calmer. I can have a conversation, and anybody who's come into my DMs except one person, okay? It ended great. We weren't fighting. I've never been nasty to people. The one person that did come to my DMs was being extremely nasty, and I'm not even gonna get into that, but yeah. So here's the thing that you guys don't understand, okay? I also want to get into this. I have people coming at me 24/7 from multiple communities, and I don't talk about it. I don't make a video every time that I'm doxxed. Should Tira have been doxxed? No. Now we're gonna get into that. We talked about the deplatforming. Now we're talking about the doxing. When she first was doxed, everybody realized, like, hey, this is her address, but it's in her description box. Now, that is not a smart thing to do. That is not smart because there's trolls, especially if you're like a more controversial channel. If you have your address in the description box, the trolls can find everything about you just from that. Like, one piece of information, they got all your shit. So, I don't agree with that. I don't appreciate being blamed for that, again, with no receipts. You know, I'm constantly being accused of shit. You can't accuse me of things because of my past. I understand, to a certain extent, I understand why it's easy to think I'm doing things, right? But just because of my past, I'm not doing anything now. I am not doing anything. Like, within the last year, I have tried so hard to move forward, be a better person, you know, do what I need to do to not lash out and always need to retaliate against people who are coming after me, and not just commentary, I mean coming after me and my family. It's not the best way to respond. I have never had a great response to people on YouTube. I think she should be deplatformed. I don't think that she should be harassed in any way because of everything that happened. You know what I mean? Like, of course I'm upset and I don't like what happened, but I don't agree with any of that stuff, and I never said that I did. So I just get really frustrated when people just jump the gun and accuse me of shit, like come into my DMs and just start like accusing me of shit that I didn't do. So, yeah, I just don't want to be lumped in with other people. I don't think Steph doxed Tira. I don't think Bambi did it. No, I believe she got some trolls pissed off. That's what happened when you tangle with those people. That's what happens. They will turn on you. They will use you to take us down. That's why people have to be so careful. All these people that come into your DMs claiming they have receipts and all this information on me, and I'm this horrible person doing all this illegal shit. Like, they are trolls. They are vile, actual nasty trolls that you do not want to engage with. Okay, if you want to expose me, go ahead, but don't engage with these really, really bad people who will come after your family, who will harass you for years. For years. Just be careful. And I have people coming at me from the community Dean's from. I have people coming at me from the other drama community who are constantly trying to expose me and keeping all these screenshots and trying to act like I'm this horrible person. But guess what? One thing that I have learned is don't respond. Just don't respond. I'm not responding to it. I'm not responding to these obsessed freaking stalkers who are digging into my personal life and shit that has nothing to do with YouTube, getting it wrong, getting my family members wrong. Like, it's kind of comical at this point. The obsession is real, you guys. If you want to think I'm a bad person, go ahead. I'm not going to sit on my channel every day and explaining every single thing somebody says about me. I am choosing for myself and for my channel not to do that. Now, if somebody comes and asks me a question on my channel, of course I'll answer it. If you have a concern, I answer it. If you want to email me, DM me, questions or concerns, always open, okay? I want you guys to know that I'm always open to questions and concerns. And I also want to let you guys know I have no problem with you guys asking me to cover something or asking my opinion on something. I don't mind that. I know some people don't like it. I welcome it. If you want me to talk about something, come ask me. Say, hey, what do you think of this going on? What do you think of that? Are you going to do a video? Now, I might not, speak on every single thing that I'm asked to, but I understand I'm a commentary channel. And if things happen, especially things that I've spoken out against or whatever on my channel, and you want to know what I think about that situation, I don't mind. I like when you guys ask me, I don't mind at all. So I don't want you guys to ever feel like you can't ask me. Like, I appreciate it when you guys come and ask me and you're like, hey, like, what do you think of Steph deplatforming Tyra? Like, I don't mind that. I really don't. Now, I think, getting back to that really quick, I think Steph meant because she got doxxed in Tyra's comments, and Tyra wasn't listening, okay, and we kept saying, like, hey, like, can you remove this comment? And she said, I'm allowing it, but then she made a post later on saying that, like, she didn't realize that it was Steph's name. I don't know. Steph said that she's known her last name for a while. So, yeah. If you need to report something, that's one thing, okay? But you have to be careful because in the community, it's not acceptable to get on camera and be like, I'm going to do everything I can to deplatform you because of everything you did. People aren't going to like that. It's not going to sit well with people. It's not going to sit well with, mutual supporters. They're going to get upset. And that gets me into another thing about calling out subscribers, okay? I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, okay? I don't agree with when Tyra called Shay out. I don't agree with Marianne getting called out. I wanted to say real quick, I'm not talking about responding to subscribers in your comments or like, even getting into maybe a fight in the comments. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like posting subscribers' names on videos and community page or like just really putting them on blast. You know what I mean? Like, I don't agree when Claudia got put on a community post. Do you know what I mean? I really love recaps with Bobby's channel. We don't always agree, but I just didn't agree with putting Claudia on blast on a community page. But that's just my opinion. No hate towards Bobby. Bobby's doing his cat little thing. I understand that, like, Steph was feeling uncomfortable, but I just don't agree with it. But the thing is, Steph is not a creator. She said multiple times that she doesn't really care about YouTube. She doesn't want to do YouTube. So everybody has to remember she's not going to like follow the same kind of thing. Now, other people think it's okay to call up subscribers, and sometimes it's necessary. Like with Betty Boop, that was definitely necessary to call out her crazy ass. You know what I mean? But on my channel, in my opinion, I choose not to like put subscribers on blast, especially if it's like a well-known subscriber. I know there's this thing with like reading hate comments, you know what I mean? And a lot of people will show the name. It is public. You're on a public platform. If you leave a public comment, you know, to a certain extent you have to be prepared that people are going to see it, you know what I mean? But if, you know, so I do understand that perspective, but I just think it's really uncomfortable for the subscribers to be like put in a video or like screenshot their name and show it. If I do show a comment, I do try my best to like cover the name, okay? So that's just me, that's just my opinion. I know some creators in the community like think it's fine, that's okay. So yeah. I don't know, this video just makes me really uncomfortable because I know it might cause controversy, it might cause fighting, but I just wanted to get my opinions out there on like the final thoughts of everything going on and then move the fuck on. I have so many things I'm working on. I'm working on a Young Living deep dive, which is gonna be really awesome, you guys. I just wanna get back to content and I'm gonna try. One of my goals for 2022 is to stay out of drama, and I feel like I get myself in drama. I talk about things, you know what I mean? I give my opinion on things happening within the community. And I think sometimes it's a mistake because right is right and wrong is wrong, right? And I have a tendency to want to get on and talk about everything that happens. But when it's smaller creators, sometimes it gets super personal and fighting happens and back and forth happens. So I really want to work on staying out of drama. I really want to work on staying out of things that don't concern me. I don't want to insert myself into anything. I love sticking up for people. If I see somebody being wronged, like I want to say something, but that doesn't always work out in your favor. You know what I mean? Because then you just insert yourself into the fucking situation. And yeah, another thing I want to talk about is creators, you know, creators and the whole Callista Cat situation. When it first happened, we did feel like, you know, smaller creators were ready to make a video when Callista Cat came out with this blackmail and harassment and everything. We did feel at the time like people were jumping to make a video to support her, right? And that was very frustrating because we were innocent, right? We were innocent of what we were being accused of, and it felt like when people were making videos supporting her that it was almost agreeing with people that we were the ones that did it. You know what I mean? And maybe that was the wrong way to see it, but there was a lot going on. I do want to thank, though, all the creators in the community that, you know, did speak out about it and did realize that we were innocent and Callista Cat really did us dirty. Like, it did not go unnoticed. Like, I thank you all, truly. A lot has happened. We have receipts on everything, okay? And I've been going back and forth so much. Should I post them? Should I not? Should I post them? Should I not? And I also want to say that I totally get there was a lot of confusion after Steph's live because she was supposed to post all the receipts on Instagram, and I thought she was going to. We all thought she was going to. And then, you know, when it didn't happen, I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I think Britt came out with her video and everybody was realizing we were innocent, and I guess Steph wanted to move on. So I was like, okay, I worked really hard to show some of the receipts I had. And I really started to feel like, as far as showing proof, that it was all left on me because I was the one who spent 2 days editing a video and I'm waiting for this Instagram. And I get that, you know, people want to move on, but I thought just as much as everybody else that the receipts would be posted on this Instagram. And that was kind of frustrating, not going to lie. So just, yeah. But multiple people have seen all the proof. Multiple people. I'm not trying to get out of showing the proof. I'm just saying that it takes days to edit a video like that. And I just don't want to waste my time and energy anymore trying to prove a fucking negative, right? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, Man, it took me 2 days. It took me 2 days to edit the first video I did on Close to Cat. And that was only a fraction of the receipts, okay? It's like, do I really want to spend my time just constantly defending myself, okay? Here's something I'm learning. If there's no proof, of what you're being accused of, you don't need to say anything, right? You don't need to prove your innocence. People need to prove your guilt. So while some people might believe it, right? Some people are going to believe what they want to believe. If they like you and they feel a certain way about you, they're going to believe it based on your past behaviors or based on their interaction with you. You can't stop people from believing what they want to believe. But what I can do is not take my time up worrying about what these people are saying when they have no proof. That's all I can do. I'm done. I am done in 2022 responding to things without proof. Okay? I am done responding to a lot of things. I will pick and choose, and I feel like I want to wisely. Like, I want to choose wisely what I respond to on my channel. You know what I mean? Like, every time someone makes a video about me, guys, there are a ton. You might not even know how many videos are made about me. If I responded to every single time somebody made a negative video about me, my whole channel would be responses. And I don't really think that you guys are here for that. You know what I mean? You guys are not here to just see me responding to fucking people constantly. So, I just want to move on. I don't want to fight with Tira. I don't want to fight with Callista Cat. I don't want to fight with anybody, okay? And I do appreciate the creator and, you know, people who came into my DMs supporting me, you know, despite like everything that happened. I do appreciate when you guys send me messages. I do appreciate when you guys check on me, you know, whether we agree with everything or not. I will always appreciate people who come into my DMs and like, hey, are you okay? You know what I mean? Like, that means the world to me, and that speaks volumes. Whether you made mistakes, whether you got the information wrong, like, I don't care. You come into my DMs and you're checking on me, like, that means the world to me. Because that's just, you know, I've been babbling on for a long time. And I just wanted to just kind of wrap this up. I hope I made sense in this video. I really just wanted to talk about some of the things that have gone on that I didn't agree with and make my stance on it. You know what I mean? I will always say what I think, whether someone's gonna get mad, whether somebody's gonna hate me, whether somebody's gonna come after me, to a fault, okay? It's crazy, you guys, because all of this stems from my very first Dad Challenge podcast video. Dad Challenge podcast is the reason I have so many people coming after me. It's crazy. That man is extremely problematic. He is like a cult leader, okay? He is. And I have had so many people after me because of that man, because of speaking out about him months ago. I spoke out about him when no one even realized he was a problem. And I got so much fucking hate for it. I got so much fucking hate for it. I'm gonna show you like a screenshot here of my very first video on him, okay? Which was way before I even entered the community. This was before I even met Bambi, Tira, anybody. I was following him and realizing what a problem he was. And now all these people are coming out, people are realizing, and I'm glad. I am so glad people are finally waking up. But I feel like if people would just listen in the first place when someone is calling something out that's not the popular opinion, you know, listen. Because I've had so much hate. I've had people working with other people who are coming after my family, like trolls and stuff. I'm not talking about Tira in that situation. I'm saying like other people are trying to come after me because of Dad Challenge podcast. People are trying to work with trolls to come after me over him and over talking about Radiant Brit. Now, I know I have my opinions on Radiant Brit. But as time has gone on in the community, I definitely realized she's not anywhere near a problem. Yes, I don't agree with some of the things she says and does. I went too harsh on her. I did. That was a time when I started making videos on her. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, you're a fucking bitch. I don't agree with you. Like, you know what I mean? That was not necessary. It was not necessary. I hope she wasn't involved with the Callista Cat thing. I am glad she made a video about it. You know, stating that she, you know, is not friends with As Seen by a Subscriber and Callista Cat, and she had nothing to do with it. I do appreciate her speaking out about that. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't trying to blame her, okay? Because I don't have proof of that. I was trying to say that these people are doing it for her, and they're claiming that she is like best friends with them. And, you know, Coley claimed that she sends Britt every single video that she's made. Like, was she sending her videos about CPS and stuff? I don't know. If Britt says she had nothing to do with it, then I have to take that for what it is because there's no proof. You know what I mean? And the fact that she's...
I also wanted to clear something up about Callista and her friends. Now, I didn't say that Callista is responsible for what her friends do. Based on the receipts, I do believe that she knew about it. But my point is that her friends were doing this for her because of lies. And that's the main thing here that people need to take away from. All this shit happened because of her accusations. Her friends would have never came after us. So it's not saying that Callista should be held responsible for something her friends did, even if she had nothing to do with it. It was the fact of she was publicly pushing these false narratives and these lies. And because of all the false accusations, we were being accused and harassed and constantly got shit. Privately, publicly, in emails, just fucking everywhere on all different platforms because of the stuff that she said and because of what she was telling people that we did. So I just really wanted to make that clear. I'm not saying anyone should be held responsible for another's actions, but if other people are doing things for you in defense of you over lies, then that is wrong.
She seemed upset that somebody was being harassed in real life, then I can only take her word for it unless I am shown otherwise. And I'm going to try to do what I wish people did for me, is take your word for it unless people are shown otherwise. That's all I can do. Like, yes, I have my theories. Yes, I have my, you know, things in my head that I'm like, well, this, you know what I mean? But that doesn't always have to go on your channel. You don't always have to say in public what you might be thinking in your head. You know what I mean? So, I do feel bad for, As Seen by a Subscriber. Like, yes, we've had our issues, but I really think she felt like she was close friends with Britt. Like, I could see how much she liked Britt and how much she thought that they were friends. And, you know, it must have really hurt for Britt to be like, I'm not friends with anybody. You know what I mean? And just kind of brush people aside. But if maybe there was miscommunication there. If Britt says they weren't friends and she doesn't feel like they were friends, that's a whole other thing. But I do feel for her in the sense of, you know, that must have sucked. Despite all of the fucking issues that we've had. But I will say, I have seen As Seen by a Subscriber changing the way she does her content. Like, and I do appreciate when people listen and try to do better. You know what I mean? She's not digging into people's like personal life or talking about their parenting. You can criticize people all you want, but my problem has always been like the mom shaming and like trying to, you know, talk about my marriage and, you know what I mean? I appreciate she removed the video about my husband. Which, if she wants to make videos about my husband, if anybody does, I have no problem with that. But, like, the conspiracy theories that are happening and the lies, like, no, we're not getting evicted. No, none of that is true, okay? Things are being totally blown out of context. Like, insane. So, anyways, this is getting crazy. I do want to say, just give a couple shout outs also. I do appreciate the people who've supported me. Bambi, Melissa. I talk to Melissa like 24/7. Like no matter what time I message her, she's there for me. She's there to talk if I'm upset or something's going on. Like she has been rock solid, and I appreciate that so much. Even if she doesn't agree with me, she doesn't agree with my husband, she's just been a really good friend. Bambi, she's like a sister to me. She's my best friend in the fucking world. I love her to death. Shay, you know, I've really become really good friends with Shay and her daughter. Shay is amazing. Selfie Queen Cindy and JJ have been really supportive of me. Anne, Just Anne and Abadabs, they have been really supportive also. Like just the amount of support that I am getting outweighs the negative, okay? It really does. Dark Magician, we have become, you know, like awesome friends, talking, chatting about things. Like he gives me advice. Like he's really cool. He really is. And even if he doesn't agree with something, like he still will listen and give his opinion on it. And I trust his opinions so much. Like I love talking to him. Just, there's so many people. Wildflower came into my DMs and was super supportive. Dina has come into my DMs and was super supportive. I just really appreciate all the people who have checked on me. And, you know, if I missed your name, I'm so sorry. Stina! I can't forget about Stina. She is like a sweetheart. She is amazing. Like she makes me laugh. She's awesome too. Stina has come into my DMs, been super supportive, even when we didn't agree about the Teaspiracy stuff. Hannah Bananas, like Skip, Sunshinery. Jamie's always checking on me. Like some of my footage was getting messed up, but Jamie, Mama J, Lynn, you know, so many people, like I love them. They've been so supportive. Like the amount of support and love that I get is unreal, and I don't even know if I deserve it. Josh has been supportive, just constantly asking me if I'm okay. Just, it's so many. Like I have so many more people in my corner checking on me and supporting me than I do a couple people who are coming after me you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm trying to say. It's like the support and all of my supporters, all of my subscribers, everybody who comments on my videos, everybody who sticks by me through the scandals with my husband, through people fighting with me, through people accusing me. Like these people have stayed and just supported me no matter what. And like I will always appreciate that. I will always appreciate the people who support me through all the fucking rough ass times, no matter what I'm accused of or what, you know what I mean? So all of you, like Shyla's been really supportive. Like there's just so many people who have come and just really wanted to support and be like, hey, you okay? You know what I mean? Kelly has been supportive of me. I just can't thank you guys enough for everything. You know what I mean? Now I'm getting all mushy up in here, but just saying. I don't hate anybody, okay? I want to move on. I know this is long and long-winded or whatever. I want to move on. I don't hate As Seen by a Subscriber. I don't hate Callista Cat. I'm angry with her. I'm extremely angry with her because I'm so confused about what happened. If she didn't like me, she just could have stopped talking to me, or she could have even made a video saying like, I denounce Marissa. I don't like her anymore. I'm done. Like, she didn't have to go as far as accusing us of all this shit. I don't hate Tira. Like, if, you know, me and Tira have tried so many times to work things out behind the scenes, and I just kind of feel like, I don't know, I have been hurt by Tira a lot of times, because I have tried to, I don't even know, if I say friends, then she's gonna make fun of me and be like, I don't have any friends. She's never was my friend. But through everything, you know, I appreciated when she came and supported me about the Dean thing, but then she got mad at me about something Bambi said, And I don't know, I've just tried so hard with Tira, and I don't wish her any ill will, you know what I mean? But I've never betrayed her trust. I've never showed anybody, you know, what she's told me not to talk about. I've never showed her DMs. I've never done these things to her, and I've never done anything that she's accused me of, and I don't know. Hopefully we can all move on. I don't want to fight with her. I don't think she should be deplatformed. Another thing I wanted to touch on real quick is supporters. I want to get on this before I continue on. Everybody needs supporters. Like, this could be a whole video, but I have never told anybody, don't support Tira, don't support Callista Cat, don't be friends with this person and that person. I've never done that. Okay, please take me for what I say and do. Everyone needs supporters, whether I like them or not. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, and I'm definitely like realizing this the more that I see things going on and stuff. Everybody needs supporters. Tira needs supporters. Callista Cat needs supporters. As Seen by a Subscriber needs supporters. I need supporters. Bambi needs supporters. Steph needs supporters. We all need our supporters. Nobody, no matter what you're doing, should be left alone on the internet where everybody hates you and you have no supporters, right? I may not like this person, but I would never tell their supporters to just abandon them. You know what I mean? Like, Callista Cat needs a friend. As Seen by a Subscriber is being her friend right now. And I would never be like, you can't be friends with her after what she did. You know what I mean? A real friend sticks by you no matter what you do. That is a true friend. No matter the fights, even if you have fights and disagreements and scandals, your friend stays with you till the fucking end. You know what I mean? And you don't publicly bash them. You don't like come start shit with them in public. You know what I mean? Like, that's a friend. And everybody needs a friend. Everybody needs viewers and supporters. Nobody should be canceled. I am against cancel culture, and it's very real. I know everybody has their own opinions on cancel culture. In my opinion, it's very real, and it's a problem on the internet. It's a huge fucking problem. And even if you are a nasty person, you're still a human being. We don't know what people are going through in their house or in their lives or anything, why they're acting the way they do. We can call it out. We can give our opinions, right? There's nothing wrong with commentary, saying they're a problematic. Even Down Challenge Podcast needs supporters. You know what I mean? Do I get confused sometimes about why some people, you know, get away with what they do or have the supporters, or side eye sometimes? Of course I do. Everybody does that. And if you don't, you're lying. But I'm not going to get on my channel and be like, don't support this person, don't support that person, you can't support me, you have to pick sides. No, I'm not going to do that. As frustrating as it is when I'm fighting with somebody or whatever, everybody needs someone to be there for them, you know, especially if they're having scandals and they're being harassed or any of these things. You always need people in your corner, privately or publicly, who are willing to hear you out and who are willing to, you know, be there for you despite the whole world hating you. You know what I mean? Like, that's very important. And I don't want to take that away. Just because I don't like somebody doesn't mean you can't like them. We don't know why someone is supporting somebody that they do. It could look weird. It can be like, what? Like, why do they like this person? Look at all the stuff they did. But I'm sure there's people out there who are like, why are you supporting Marissa? Look at that bitch. She's been a crazy bitch on the internet for years. What are you doing supporting her? Like, no, everybody needs supporters. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get into that little side thing. Don't pick sides. I'm not going to tell you to pick sides. I never have. You know what I mean? I've never told anybody. And if you want someone to pick sides, insulting people's subscribers, okay, is not going to get you anywhere. Telling people, you know, you can feel a certain way, right? But if you get on your channel and like, oh, anybody who supports you, I'm pretty sure Bambi and Steph have said this before, but it's just not the best way. You know what I mean? Because if you're insulting the people's supporters, right, they're only going to run to that person even more because you're being mean to them, right? And they're person they're supporting is being nice to them. It's kind of like, you know, with a shitty boyfriend and your friend. If you keep telling your friend, I'm mad at you, like you're talking shit to them, trying to get them to break up with their boyfriend, not supporting them because of who they date, they're only going to run further towards that person. And it's going to have the opposite effect. But if you're actually kind and open and willing to listen and, you know, give them space to make their own decision in their own time, they may come to realize one day what you see. But it's never going to happen if you're just yelling at people to, like, don't support this person, don't support that person. You know what I mean? I'm just learning myself that that is a horrible way to go about it. You know what I mean? And there's so many things I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope you guys actually watch this whole thing. Another thing I want to talk about is expecting creators to speak on things in the community. Now, like I said, I don't mind when people ask me to talk about things, but I'm not always going to talk about it. You know what I mean? And I think, you know, just as I respect people for coming to me and, you know, asking me to talk about something, I think subscribers should respect creators, and creators should respect other creators if they choose not to speak on something. And I know it can be frustrating, like, well, this person spoke. I'm talking about like small things within the community, beefs, dramas, things happening with all the people inside the community. And I know it can be frustrating. It's like, well, you spoke about this. Why are you not speaking about this similar situation? It's impossible for everyone to speak on everything, okay? And I feel like creators can't win sometimes. It's like, okay, you know, I want you to speak about this if you are agreeing with me, right? And speak up, speak out, do the right thing. But on the opposite side of that, if somebody is speaking up about something and they happen to disagree or have an opposing opinion, then I feel like they get the shit of stop inserting yourself, stop getting into stuff that's not about you. You know what I mean? Like, so I feel like creators can't win sometimes. I do wish that people would, I'd rather a creator take their time and not immediately speak on something and wait to gather all the information about it. I do appreciate that when people do that, because, you know, like with the Callista Cat thing, if you just run and jump and make a video because something looks a certain way, well, it actually wasn't that way. You know what I mean? I'm not harassing anybody. I'm not harassing Callista Cat or SE my subscriber or any of these people. I am literally not doing anything. I have been gone hanging out with my family. So it's crazy to me that people think I'm like doing all this shit. I've never harassed Callista. You will never, okay, see me or have screenshots of me running around talking shit about her. Even after all the accusations, I never said a bad thing about her because I always liked Callista Cat. I always liked her, and when everything happened, I was so fucking confused. So, you know, I just kind of want to clear up some things. I hope I didn't forget anything, but it was really good talking to you guys. I hope this video makes sense. I'm going to try to film another one after this. This one will probably go up first, though. Thank you so much for all your support. I just appreciate it so much. All of you. I appreciate all of you so much. You have no idea. I'm not going anywhere. No one's running me off the internet. Yeah, and I just really want to move on. I don't want to respond to everything, especially if there's no proof. I don't need to. I don't need to prove my innocence. My supporters, you know what I mean? And my subscribers and my friends know who I am. They know, you know, what I'm about. Okay, if people want to bring up clips from fucking 2 years ago to try and expose me, go ahead. You look like nothing but an obsessed stalker. Just saying. But more of that in the next video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.